Here's a USPS, at least 5 USPS post office mail drop boxes. So if you need to drop off any mail and you want to know where you can find the closest PO box or drop box near where you're located here, then this is going to be at the corner of Market and 1st Street, 500 Market and 1st. Now here's one of the bus stops that you can take that features stops that are not on the sidewalk of Market Street. So some of the stops for public transit are on the sidewalk. This one is kind of like in the middle of the street. It features other bus lines, such as the F streetcar I mentioned earlier, which currently isn't running right now. But you also have the 6 Parnassus, the 7 Haight Noriega, and the 9 San Bruno, and the 9 R, which is an express bus line, and then the Night Owls, 11 and 9. Now they all pick up at this stop that's in the middle of the street. Now, the street crossing north of Market at 500 Market is going to be Battery Street. Now you're going to find several bike racks for those of you that are cycling along Market Street. And also there's recycling waste disposal as well, right at the corner here of Battery and Market Street. Now also here at the corner of Battery and Market Street you'll find a bike wheel station. So those of you that wouldn't mind cycling along Market Street, you can rent a bike here. So as we're moving westbound on Market Street, if you turn the opposite direction and look eastbound, you'll see where we began at the ferry building, the ferry clock tower as well. And then I'll show you as we're heading westbound what Market Street looks like. Now here's how Market Street looks going westbound at 500 block of Market. One of the other things I forgot to mention at the introductory phase of our film shoot about what's special about Market Street is that from where we began going westbound, like at Market and Stewart Street, is the beginning of a lot of the parades that we have here within the city. For most of them, they usually begin right there where we began at the 000 block of Market Street, which is at the corner of Stewart, and then they go westbound as we're going right here, all the way up to usually I forgot the cross, but they usually make their way up to the Civic Center Plaza. But vast majority of them always begin at the 000 block of Market Street going westbound. And then what they do is they close off the street. And then you'll have people on both sides of Market Street that watch the parade as they go by. But they turn off of Market eventually, and they head, most of them, the parades, end up heading towards the Civic Center Plaza, which will show you the block that they turn off of Market at a later phase of this film shoot. Now at 525 Market Street, there's going to be several more businesses that are inside this building at 525 Market Street. I'll show you here in a minute. Now, Proper Food establishment, although the official street address is at 100 1st Street, one of their entrances to the building is at 525 Market inside this building. Proper Foods is another like sandwich type of restaurant, and they do takeouts and pre-orders and also home delivery while the store is currently closed. Now Joe and the Juice features a wide variety of juices: apple, ginger, kiwi, and they're also located at 525 Market Street inside this building. They also do pre-orders as well. Then there's the Chipotle Mexican chain cuisine, which is also inside the 525 building. Now, although we're still at the 500 block of Market Street, at 575 Market Street, this is also another cross street for Sutter and Sampson. But let me show you the Sampson cross street in a minute here, as we approach the new Montgomery BART station, or Montgomery Street BART station, I should say. Okay, this is yet another example of the two cross streets that are north of Market at 575 Market Street. Sampson is going to be crossing Market horizontally, and then Sutter Street is going to be crossing Market vertically at an angle, like Pine Street, like California Street, like even Bush Street. We passed Bush Street, but they all cross Market Street vertically as opposed to horizontally like Sampson Street.